Hey loves, welcome to my channel if you're new here, and if you're returning, hey girl, how you doing? Today I'm going to show you guys how I made these gorgeous 100% human hair faux locks on tracks to add to this really pretty wavy wig. I was super inspired by Tiana Taylor's new hairstyle. It was so cute, and I like the fact that it was like very big and curly, giving very much bohemian vibes. To get this look, I'm using 2 bundles of body wave hair in 18 inches. I also used 1 bundle of deep wave hair and 1 bundle of Afro Kinky bulk hair. Links to all of these textures of hair will be down below in the description bar, and you're welcome to use hair that's already non-wefted, but I went ahead and just used what I had on hand and just cut it off the tracks. And I started by pre-sectioning everything out so that once I got started, I can just go through and everything will be really smooth. I hate having to stop to section out hair. So I'm parting out a 1-inch section on our track, and then what I'm going to do is braid this section just like you would do any other braid if you were starting a faux lock. It's just a simple plait, and I'm adding in a bit of that wavy hair as I go for thickness because I didn't want my locks to be really big, but I didn't want them to be super small either. So I'm adding in hair to keep the length and the thickness going. You can add it in the knotless way, but honestly I'm just kind of laying it over my fingers and braiding it in any which way because you won't be able to see it. But feel free to make this braid as neat or as sloppy as you need to. Just get it going, girl. And once we get towards the end of the braid, or towards like the length that we want to have, I'm adding in 2 pieces of deep wave hair, and that is going to be our curly ends to the lock. And to secure that, I'm taking 1 little strand of the deep wave hair and creating a knot around the braid. I didn't want to use any glue, so I just made about 5 to 6 knots, maybe more than that. I wanted it to be really secure, but I didn't want to have to like do too much. And this is what the braid looks like when we're done. Now to create the faux lock, I'm crocheting through a piece of that human hair kinky bulk through the base of the braid, and that's just so that it doesn't come apart. If you're familiar with my lock tutorials, you know I really like to crochet the hair through the base of the braid. I just find that it lasts a bit longer, so when I can do it, I do. And then as that piece of hair gets short, I lay another piece on top, and then I continue to wrap with that piece until you get to your desired length. As you can see here, I've gotten to my desired length, and now I'm going to just start to wrap back up. And it's honestly super simple. It's kind of like a ritual, very much so like knitting. It's really, really simple. Once you get the hang of it, you can kind of just float through it. And this is what the lock looks like on the track once we're finished with it. There's so much texture, it's really nice. And I went ahead and finished up about half of that bundle. So I didn't finish the whole length of the bundle. I did about half of it because I didn't want too many locks in my hair. But as you can see, this is what the bundle of locks looks like. And you can use this to create all types of cute little looks. But we're going to just add this to the wig that we already have. So this is a wavy wig that I got sent to me by Nadula.com. All of the information will be down below in the description bar. These waves are gorgeous, okay? Absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm gonna do is part out maybe about 1/4 of an inch from the top. You don't want your locks to be sitting right under the lace. You want a couple tracks to cover up the weft. So I'm kind of like parting the hair along the track so that I can lay our weft of locks on top of that. I hope it's making sense, but you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just sewing that weft of locks that we made onto the wig. And you want to make sure to cut in between the lock before you finish sewing. If you cut in the middle of a section, you'll be tearing a lock apart. So you want to make sure you cut in between where you place the locks on the weft. And this is what it looks like after I put the first track in. I placed it more in the crown so you can see it, but it's not as visible. And I know I'm going to be wearing a middle part, so I'm making a part about 1.5 inches to the left and right of that middle part and adding a couple of locks up here as well, just so it'll be a bit more visible because it's closer to the top. I ended up having only enough room to add 2 locks to either of the sides. And yes, you can sew onto the lace. It does make it to where you don't have as many parting options. So for now, I'm going to be just wearing this wig in the middle part. The lace was nice and sturdy and it didn't give me any issues when I sewed the tracks onto the lace. And it blended in really, really nicely. As you can see, I'm not bringing the track all the way to the hairline. I'm kind of adding it behind the hairline as if it was a sew-in. So you still have all the coverage that you need, and the hairline of the lace still looks really, really good, in case you wanted to glue it down or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just going in and adding that other track of locks on the other side of the part. And then I also added another track in the back towards the nape of the neck, just so that the locks, you know, kind of were like evenly dispersed throughout the wig. And I ended up using all of the locks from that little half weft. I just like put them in there wherever I could just to get like the vibe I was going for. And because we're doing a glueless install, I'm just going ahead and cutting the lace off the wig ahead of time, really jagged with one of those little eyebrow thingies. And I'm just laying the lace down with a little bit of gel, nothing too crazy. You guys have seen me do installs a million times. Alright, so I applied the wig and this is the finished look. I ended up having to run out for my photo shoot, and I feel like the waves have really like got some volume to them. It looks so good. I only added about a half a bundle of locks. Feel free to add as many as you like for a fuller, more like faux locky look. I really just wanted a few like accent locks here and there to add a little vibe to this wig. This is definitely gonna be one of my new favorite wigs to wear. I really, really like it. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed if you made it this far. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, loves.